Hey guys, what is going on and welcome back to the channel. So one of the questions I get asked pretty commonly is, Brian, what is the best beginner's travel card, or what is a travel card you recommend to me? I don't fly too much. I'm not a huge frequent flyer and I don't have that much money, but I do want to get into the credit card game and I want a more serious card. So the card that I'm going to recommend to you guys is going to be the one right here. This is the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and this was actually one of my first travel cards, and I still remember like it was yesterday when I applied for this card, all the anxiety I had, because prior to this card I only had the Discover card, I had the Uber card, and then I had the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. Then I got this card. This was my first annual fee card. This was the first metal card and the first real travel rewards card that I got when I first got into the credit card game. I remember when I first got it in the mail, I was like a dog, like waiting by the window, waiting for the mailman to come. When that mailman showed up, oh man, it was like Christmas all over again. I was really excited. So the Chase Sapphire Preferred for me personally has given me a lot of memories, and this really was one of the first cards that got me into the whole credit card game. And I don't think I would be here on YouTube talking about like credit cards if it wasn't for the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Now on top of that, you guys, I don't know if you can hear this, but you can probably hear that. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about who this card is meant for, the welcome bonus that comes with this card, some of the low-key hidden benefits that this card has, and then whether or not you guys should get this card, and then last but not least, how you guys can get this card and what you need to do to qualify to get the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I'll start by talking about the main reason why I got the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and the reason why was because during the time when I applied for this card, I was a broke college kid. I was working my second job where I was helping kids with autism out, and that job, actually, you just don't make a lot of money. So I could not justify the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which is like the older brother of this card, which has a $450 annual fee. This was like my beginner's way to get into the game. I really didn't want to just go full in and blow $450, which is basically my entire bank account during that time, on a credit card that wasn't going to benefit me because I didn't even travel that much. So who is this card meant for? This card is actually meant for college students. It's meant for people that don't travel that much, and it's meant for people that are more on the beginner side trying to get into the more advanced levels of credit. This card doesn't have a huge annual fee of like $450 like the Chase Sapphire Reserve has. This has a $95 annual fee, and guys, if we do the math if we divide 95 by 12 months, right here, you're paying $7.90 a month to hold this card. Most people are able to dish out $8 a month. If you have a Netflix account, you're paying more for Netflix. Although this card has a low annual fee, you get a pretty good welcome bonus with this card, which is 60,000 points at the time of this recording. And on top of that, you get access to the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. This portal basically just allows you to use your points and get a ton of value. You can transfer your points out to partners. You could book it for hotels, Hyatt, Marriott, Hilton, whatever you want. Hyatt is probably preferred. You just get a better redemption that way. But that portal just allows you to combine all your points and get a way better redemption. On top of that, you guys, this card is just a good card. It has good cashback categories. You get 2x on travel and dining, and compared to other cards out there, it's not too bad, especially because you're getting Chase Ultimate Reward points with this and not just cashback. So I personally got this card during that time because I had no money, like I mentioned, and this was just really an easy way for me to get into the game. One of the reasons why I do recommend everyone to start out with this card is because unless you're a frequent flyer, unless you're a baller that you really have that type of money you can spend, then go for the Chase Sapphire Reserve. But even at that point, I find a lot of people having a hard time actually getting accepted for that card just because it's a higher tier card with a higher annual fee. And that card requires you to have a credit limit of $10,000 compared to half of that, which is $5,000 for this. It's a lot easier getting accepted for this card compared to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, one of the advantages of this card is that you can do something called upgrade or downgrade or product change. So if you have this card and say you don't even want to pay that $95 annual fee, you could product change this to any of the Chase Freedom cards where they give you no annual fee. Or you could downgrade this to the Chase Sapphire Non-Preferred, which is the regular preferred card. That has no annual fee too. Or you could upgrade this to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, where you can actually get the benefits of the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Or you could cancel your card, but I've made videos on why you guys should never cancel a card. So with this card, you're not just stuck with this card like some other cards are out there. If we get the American Express Gold card, you're very limited on what you can do. You either downgrade to either the green card or you cancel that card. You can't really product change that. because it is a charge card, not a credit card, just like this one. So the reason why I do recommend this is because of the flexibility, you guys. You have so many options when you get this card, and you could really use this as the step. Like literally, you can use this to leverage yourself for the other credit cards out there, and that's exactly what I did. So when I got this card, I knew that I didn't want to hold this for a long time. I knew the Reserve had much better benefits, and at the time, I did not travel that much. And even right now, I say I travel about once a month now. I don't think the Reserve is worth it for me yet, but once I start traveling just a bit more, like going a bit more, flying a bit more, then what I'm gonna do is actually upgrade the Chase Sapphire Preferred into the Chase Sapphire Reserve, or you guys can actually wait 48 months, reapply, and get the welcome bonus again for the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Back in the day, you could do it every 24 months. So if I got this card right here, I could get the 60,000 point welcome bonus on this card. I could wait 24 months and then get the 60,000 point welcome bonus again for the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Chase caught on to that. They said, we don't really like people doing that. So they actually cut that off, and they extended the time length from 24 months to 48 months right there. So it's really dependent on who you are, if it's worth it. If you get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, are you going to benefit more from the benefits itself, or are you going to benefit from that 60,000 point, but waiting that 48 month period of having this card? It's really up to you guys. It's just different for everyone. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the 60,000 point welcome bonus goes a long way. So if we just did like 1-to-1 cashback ratio, that's $600. Still, it's not too bad. But if you guys use the Ultimate Rewards portal, or you transfer your points out to a partner, you could get a better redemption, anywhere from 2 cents to 5 cents, even in super rare occasions, 8 cents. But I don't recommend that. I'll share in a future video why I don't recommend that. I think the middle ground for this, though, is about like a 2 cent redemption. If you're getting a 60,000 point welcome bonus, think about it like this. If you find a Hyatt room off season, it's so easy to find them for about 10,000 points. You basically have 6 free nights at a Hyatt hotel just from signing up for this card. So that's the power of these welcome bonuses, and I always encourage my users, look at the welcome bonus and see what that offer is before you apply. The reason is that 2x you get from travel and dining, it's going to be way harder getting 60,000 points from spending money like on 2x and getting the rewards that way than it is to just hit a welcome bonus once and cashing in those points. So just from that, though, I believe this card is worth it. It goes a long way from that. So that kind of leads into my next point. The reward rates on this card is 2x back on travel and 2x back on dining, and then you get 1x back on everything else. Now let's talk about some of those low-key benefits that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So the Chase Sapphire Preferred actually offers a couple cool stuff inside of the travel collections and then the purchase protection category. So the Chase Sapphire Preferred gives you rental car insurance. It gives you roadside assistance, although it's not worth it. I made a video why American Express is actually better with roadside assistance. I'll have that link somewhere right over here. So the Chase Sapphire Preferred gives you trip cancellation insurance, trip delay insurance, baggage delay insurance, lost luggage reimbursement, travel accident insurance, and purchase protection. So there's a lot of fine print with a lot of these things. So an example is if your trip gets delayed, say you're taking a flight out of Maryland, you're trying to go somewhere, they delay the flight. If they delay the flight for only 5 or 6 hours, you're not gonna be able to get that type of coverage. But say it gets delayed for 10 hours or more, what'll actually happen is you get a credit of $500. You can use that for hotels, you can use that for food or for accessories that you need. Say you need like a new iPhone charger. So those are like little things that the Chase Sapphire Preferred adds onto the card. And I know it's not like the craziest thing, but when these type of ordeals actually happen, that's when you realize like this isn't too bad. And sometimes, I'm not gonna say all the time, but sometimes I'm actually hoping that they actually cancel my trip or delay my trip just because I know I get the $500 benefit with this card. And with that card, that means you can really buy anything that's supposed to support that trip. Say you need a portable bank, and maybe you might use that portable bank for the rest of your life. Or say they have like this really cool dining place and you're too frugal to eat there, so you know this is your one opportunity to eat there. This actually opens a lot of doors, and you can get pretty creative with some of the benefits that it offers. So don't sleep on the travel protection benefits. So with that being said, I feel like all that included just really adds to the benefits of the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So if you apply for this card, you need to make sure that you have some type type of relationship with Chase. This is not their entry level. This is more of like their middle card in terms of what they have to offer. It's not a $0 annual fee and it's not a $450 annual fee. I say this is the middle brother of the credit cards for the Chase line. If you guys are trying to get accepted for this card, have a type of relationship, whether that is like a bank account with them or you have a freedom card or a beginner card, that is enough to establish that relationship. But I would have a prior card or a prior checking account just with them. If you apply as a new applicant, Chase has a history of just denying new applicants. They just don't like it. And when you're one of the biggest credit card issuers out there, you can really do whatever you want. If you don't want to accept new people, you don't have to. So that's what Chase has been doing. And if you guys want to get around that, I recommend holding an account with them for about 2 to 4 months. If you want to play it aggressively, then what you guys can do is apply for this card right after that 2-month period. But if you're trying to play it safe, if you've held a freedom card for about 4 months and you've paid it off in time and you've built that type of relationship with them, usually most of the time that's enough to actually get you accepted for this card. But let's not forget your credit score, you guys. Please make sure you have a decent credit score. I always recommend someone to have about 680, 690 and up. Recommended is about 700 to 720 for this type of card, but I have seen people get accepted for a 680 score. So it's not abnormal if you have a low score. But if you do have a low score, you guys, please just pay off your debt. Just increase your score. You know, it's really good to just keep a score above 700. That is just the rule of thumb that I recommend a lot of people to do. Okay, now with all that being said, you guys need to know one more rule. This is called the Chase 524 rule. The Chase 524 rule means that you cannot have applied for 5 cards within 24 months with other credit card issuers. If you do and then you apply for this card, they will automatically deny you. The reason why they have this rule is just so people don't do something called credit card churning or credit card gaming. And this is where people just sign up for a whole bunch of these credit cards. They really don't like people doing that. It's something that Chase is not a fan of. And if you do that, it basically means that you're going to get denied for this card and you can't get accepted. So what I always recommend to a lot of people is don't go that route. Don't go chasing welcome bonuses, but play these cards strategically. If you guys are able to open cards on time and understand the value that they provide, you can still come out on top without being an idiot and just opening all these cards at the same time. What you guys should do if you want to win this game long term is to figure out what cards you should get, what cards you need, and how much you're going to spend. If you can hit all the welcome bonuses for the future cards and knock out these chase cards without being affected by that 524 rule, you'll be good. You'll be good. You come out on top, you'll be on top of the game. But one universal rule, I feel like I always have to mention this in my video, always pay off your balances. There's exceptions, like I said, with business cards, etc. But for the most part, general rule of thumb, always pay off your balances. You know, I know no APR promotions, I know no interest promotion, but I'm speaking to the choir right here, okay? For the general majority of the public that probably will watch this video. But yeah, guys, that is really like my update review on the Chase Sapphire Preferred. A couple more pointers that people do not know about this card is that you get access to something called Chase Sapphire Experiences. This is when you're trying to watch that new Lady Gaga concert and they're going to get you the best seats in the house. They have something called like Sapphire seating. It's really cool. They have Chase Sapphire Experiences where you can experience like all these VIP luxury events that only this type of card would get you. American Express has something like this too, but Chase offers this for $95 with this card. In addition to that, this card just pairs well with all of other Chase's cards. So if you have the Chase Freedom or the Freedom Unlimited or any of the in cards or even co-branded cards, this works well with the Chase ecosystem because you can pool all your points together and you can take advantage of this portal. If you have the Chase Freedom card, you're not going to be able to use that Ultimate Rewards portal. You're not going to be able to get that extra 25% redemption. But if you do have this card, you can combine them and take advantage of that just so you guys can get more value with your points. Now, I hope this video helped you guys out, and if anyone's wondering what this is just like a back massage. I kind of forgot that I had this on me this whole video. So yeah, guys, this was my video on the Chase Sapphire Preferred. If you guys enjoyed this video right now, freaking smash that like button. If you guys smash that like button, I will, what I do? I got this turf burn wound right here. I'll pour salt on my wound if we can get 1,000 likes on this video. So, I'll do it on Instagram or something. Maybe not. This is pretty crazy, right? Look at that. So if you guys don't know, I still play rugby like time to time, and I was going for the ball on turf, and it was like a slow motion moment. I just couldn't drop the ball at one moment. And no one cares about that. No one cares about my life. Yeah, guys. So guys, if you did enjoy this video and it did help you guys out and you are interested in getting the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, one way you guys can actually support this channel without losing anything is by checking out the link down below in the description. It'll be like Brian Jung's favorite top pick cards. And from there, if you guys sign up for the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I will get a commission. It does help out the channel. Make sure you guys check out the advertiser's disclosure. And if you guys did enjoy this video, like I said, drop a like. And my question to you guys is the Chase Sapphire Preferred card still worth it in 2019? Do you have the card? What do you think about it? Let me know down below in the comment section. But if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope I see you guys in the next one. Peace.